When the world ends and zombies attack, there are only two kinds of people left: the ones who panic and the ones who find a mall and survive.
Welcome to the No More Late Fees podcast. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Danielle, and we're just two best friends and ex-Blockbuster employees rewatching some of the best and worst movies from the late 90s and early 2000s. This week we're covering 2004's zombie remake, Dawn of the Dead. But before we dive in, let's get into some housekeeping. If you love the podcast and you want to support us, here's a few ways you
You can
can.
buy us a cup of coffee on coffee.com. Your contribution helps us keep the Blockbuster vibes alive. Visit ko-fi.com/no more late fees.
Want more hot takes, deep dives, and behind the scenes fun? Join our Patreon for exclusive bonus episodes and perks at patreon.com/no more late fees.
And if you're looking for nostalgic merch to add to your collection, check out our Amazon store for curated picks inspired by the 90s and 2000s. Just head to amazon.com/shop/no more late fees podcast.
And joining us again for the five Pete going on is returning guest Amar, back to talk horror, flicks, zombies, and more. Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
So glad to have you back. If you want to learn more about Amar, check out his previous episodes of Demon Knight, Ghost Ship, Killjoy, and Deliver Us from Eva, as well as this week's bonus episode. But before anything else, Jackie, you have to tell us, what is Dawn of the Dead about?
So, when a mysterious plague turns most of humanity into flesh-eating zombies, a small group of survivors take refuge inside a suburban Milwaukee shopping mall. Led by nurse Anna and police officer Kenneth, as well as salesman Michael, the group struggles to hold on to their humanity as well as the undead closes in and the world outside collapses. It stars Sarah Polley, Ving Rhames, Jake Weber, and Mekhi Phifer. It was directed by Zack Snyder. The screenplay was written by James Gunn and George A. Romero, and you can currently rent it on Amazon or YouTube. But before we start, let's get into our ratings rewind.
Before we get into the movie, we'll reveal the rating our Y2K versions of ourselves would give. Then at the end, we'll see if our current selves agree with our initial rating. Our scale consists of would buy it again,
The best would play on repeat,
5-day rental,
would watch again.
2-day rental,
It's okay, but nothing to write home about.
and same-day rental.
Trash. Straight up zombie eating trash.
All right, Amor, we'll start with you. What is your Y2K rating of Dawn of the Dead?
I want to buy it. I want to buy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jackie?
I bought it. I owned it. I loved it.
Okay. I love this movie, so would buy it. I'm saying would buy it.
But you
I
don't
just
know if
don't
you own
currently own it. I think I had it on VHS, but
That's fair enough.
we know that I lost all my VHSs.
Danielle, tell us about the box office.
Well, this movie had a budget of $26 million. This is a remake, if you guys don't know. And it made over $102 million. That's really good, especially for a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
And the budget actually was slashed by Universal significantly because the House of Dead that came out in 2003 was a failure, and so they feared that the public didn't have an appetite for zombie movies. I love how they're like, the public doesn't want zombie movies instead of just saying maybe this movie was bad. I don't, the House of Dead, I don't think I've ever heard of it or seen it.
Is
Maybe
it?
if I saw the cover box, I would know what it is.
Yeah.
It's known for being really bad, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. And what's crazy is that in its opening weekend, it made $26.7 million, which pretty much matched the budget in its first 3 days. So,
Nice.
way to go. I have no idea what Roger Ebert said about this one.
Okay.
He gave it 3 stars.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Oh, look at little Raj.
I'm not mad at him this time.
No, we're good. We're good.
We're good.
Go ahead.
Before we get into cast and crew, let's hear a message from our pod pals.
It's Katie Hettenbach, host of Katie Afraidy, it's a horror movie review podcast where we chat with comedians Adam Ray, Anthony Jeselnik, actors Anderson, Jamie Kennedy, filmmakers
It's Ned and Tyler from Radio Silence.
about what spooky movies.
It's insane, right?
This is the bear skull cello. We call it the scullo.
Skillo.
Scullo, hello.
Why is the devil calling you a whore or whatever?
Favorite line.
Probably I could fuck your father.
She's British. What is she?
Is she from London?
The toe scene.
Oh, the toe sucking?
I've heard of this Megan is Missing movie. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking
watch
go.
it.
And we did it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Especially, it's supposed to be a funny podcast.
We shoot the shit. It's a silly, haha, goofy time. Sometimes we spoil, but either way, shit's about to get spooky.
So spooky.
Version in the credits. They bring that song back.
Right.
And actually, to be honest with you, the first time it took me a while to realize that's what that song was. I wasn't really listening to the lyrics, so you can hear it almost like at some point they're like, "You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness." You hear that, but you may not hear it, and that's the beautiful part about it. I think no one catches it the first time.
Yeah.
It's just so beautifully played out, and it just matches the tone of the movie as it weaves through all of these emotions and heighten like paranoia about zombies getting in and the realization that like help really isn't coming. So I think it's just fantastic. I really noticed it this time around, just looking at it from the lens of like doing the podcast for 5 years now and just like nail on the head.
Yeah.
Well, going back to the cast, so this is Jake Weber's first studio film in which he played a central role. And Jake Weber is definitely to me like a character actor. So him being an ensemble and kind of being one of the leads was great. But I always forget what else he's in because I think he does a great job. But I used to watch the show, is it Medium? I used to
Yes.
love that show. And he played the husband or whatever. Something about that man's voice is so ASMR to me, like the most calming. Like if I'm in a zombie apocalypse or in a bad situation, I want that man there. Because whatever he's saying, I'm like, you're right, Jake. You're right.
Talk to me.
Talk to me, Jake. It just, I don't know, it's very like monotone and boring, but it keeps my anxiety low.
Well, he has a lot of actual like layers to his voice, which is I think what it is. It's like it's monotone, but it's really not because he has a little lilt at the end, and it's the accent, because he didn't let go of his accent for this film. He's clear he doesn't sound American at all in this film. And
Is he from another country?
yes,
Let me find out. He's British?
I think so. I mean, you can hear a little bit of like something in there.
I caught
Yeah, they
some
lead
sort
into
of accent.
Yeah.
Let me find out. Oh, that's not Jake Weber. Well, I learned something new
Oh yeah,
today.
London, England, UK.
What?
And he was clearly encouraged. Like, yes, he's in the middle of Milwaukee, which, mind you, it was really Toronto, but it was shot in Toronto. But you
Of
can
course, my girl is always in Canada.
right? Like, I mean, that's probably why they cast Sarah Polley. It's cheaper to get her. But like they said, why are we gonna fly Jennifer Aniston in when we could just get Sarah Polley?
Right.
But I know, like, it's the little things like that always make these kind of films even better because everyone is encouraged to just be themselves, even if it makes no sense. It does
Right.
remind me of Demon Knight in that regard because that movie took place in New Mexico, and no one actually feels like they're from New Mexico in the film. This is Milwaukee. Why is there a Russian lady? Why is there a British man? Why is this black man with this Russian lady?
Why are there so many people there? Like, I was like, oh, this is in Wisconsin. There should be like, in my brain, like 25 people live in that town.
I think Milwaukee is pretty big city though.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but like it just
In your
Milwaukee's
mind, you're
big and up
like,
there.
It feels like this movie should be wider, and like
Yes.
what is beautiful is like they cast this movie as if it took place in Los Angeles, and yet it's like Well, actually, that's what's beautiful about it because it's actually really representing what America looks like in a lot of these cities because
Yes.
this is more Milwaukee than people may think. This is very Chicago, Milwaukee. This is the Midwest. The real Midwest is pretty diverse. What it is that people don't mix very often.
Yeah.
So it's like
You're on your side of town. I'm on
yeah,
my
so
side of
like
town.
Sarah Polly and Ving Rhames maybe wouldn't really ever be in the same room in Milwaukee, but that's also kind of what makes it beautiful because like when she drives in with the truck, you see all these really random people that obviously got picked up and put together. And then
Yeah.
you bring this really big group of people together. It doesn't feel like they belong together. And that's
Yeah.
what makes it beautiful because maybe one of the beautiful things about something terrible like this happening is that it forces you to see the actual humanity of somebody and remove all of those layers. Like there's a little racist line in the movie, and it's like what do you call him? He called him a shack, and it's like you holding the gun, you call him shack, you know. But that is actually so realistic in a place like Milwaukee.
Mhm.
A white man security guard seeing a black man police officer and realizing I have the power now. It's very subtle film. I think that's why I was appreciated so much back then because it's there. It's all there.
I love that the white ladies in this movie were really white ladying through and through. Like that scene on the roof where Anna is like really yelling at the mall cop dude. And she's like, get that gun out of my fucking face. I'm like, bitch, he got a gun in your face.
But it's the way she
And
did it though. She's like,
yeah.
get that gun out of my face. And kept it in. I said, get the fucking gun out of my face. Because I know you're not gonna shoot me because you're scared to. But no, you're right. There's a lot of the white women are very white. My favorite character
Don't
is
say it.
we love Monica. She don't do nothing in the movie, but we love that she's there. You gotta always have a useless white woman in a movie, a horror movie, and that's what she was. I
I
loved. She
thought you
lived
were
a
gonna
very
say
long time.
I thought you were gonna say Nicole because when I tell you I
Oh no,
wanted to
you,
fight
she's the
Nicole,
she's the most useless white lady.
Yes.
See, Monica is she got to make fun of Nicole. Chips, she's the white girl that gets to make fun of the white girl that saves the dog. Why? Girl, did you drive over there to get the dog?
The dog that the zombies don't care about, so eventually he would have come back to you anyway.
Or they were gonna go and get him anyway because they still
Yeah.
had to go over there to get the damn guns. Girl,
can you relax? And
it's gonna go over there anyway, home girl. I know he turned into a zombie, but they don't care about him.
if a white woman's gonna do one thing, it's she gonna put everybody's motherfucking life on the line for an
For a
animal.
dog.
Took like
A dog that ain't even her dog. She found that damn dog.
Chips boy, Chips. And he doesn't listen to her because
Because
at
that's
the
not
end
his
he just
name.
takes off into the woods.
Right, because that's not his name. Girl, Chips is, you know why Chips is there? Because one of the zombies, he belonged to probably one of the zombie peoples. And she's like, oh, this is my dog now because my daddy did. All my family. Girl, everybody's family is dead. You ain't special. Like, no, for real. I was saying that watching it this time, and I'm watching it, and my partner's like, well, respect. She went through a hard time. I said, everybody went through a hard damn time.
Right.
Everybody lost their people. She ain't special.
Can we talk about Anna's trauma? Like truly, she never gets to unpack that.
No.
Everybody else's story is like we're alluded to it, except maybe the pregnant couple.
Mhm.
But like you start off the movie, you come off a shift, you see how much she loving her husband. They fucking in the bathtub. You see that she's a nice neighbor to the girl roller skating, and then you fucking wake up from your slumber. Your husband's like, "Yo, the girl from next door, Vivian is here,
She's
covered in
missing her
blood."
lip.
Right.
Her face is ripped off. What we have
And
to help her.
And he runs to her. At first, I was like, "Bitch, what are you doing?" But I get it. Like, you don't know this zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
And Vivian bites I'm guessing his carotid, and she's trying to save him, not thinking she's in danger. He then dies in front of her, then tries to attack her and kill her. She got to climb out a window. Her neighbors are trying to kill her. She like does not get a set. It's like from the moment that next day starts.
She was almost carjacked at one point.
Right. Yo, Like
And
it's
she just happened to live because she hit a
yeah.
tree. She could have died
This
She
is
could
from
yeah,
true.
that.
it's like she had a little nap and that was like the only reprieve that she's had in the whole movie from the trauma that has just been thrown at her. And then
Sneaked out
here
of a car
comes
and a
this
police officer with a gun in your face.
Yeah.
right.
Say
And now
something.
you just go it. And mind you, bitch had no shoes on.
No.
For about the first 30 minutes of the entire, she in the mall with no shoes on. She had no shoes on.
She's
She
cleaning
had on
herself
pajamas.
out in the fountain.
Yeah.
She has blood all on her, and it's her husband's blood.
Yes.
Yo, mind blowing. And when they throw the toilet through the glass for her, like for all of them to walk through, I was looking, I was like, wait a minute, that bitch ain't got no shoes. How did she walk over that glass? Because it was so much. I was like really looking.
Did Kenneth pick her up? Just throw her over his shoulder?
I don't know.
Probably. I just realized this though. Hold up. If Vivian walked up in the house through the front door, probably, which mind you, they didn't lock their door. Vivian walks in their house like it's normal. It's very abnormal anyway. Vivian's here. Vivian, why are you in our house? I don't care if
Right.
it's zombies or not. But Vivian walks in the house. They lock the door like after he dies. Whatever. Vivian never come back out the house. I wanted to see Vivian chase after the car too.
Yes.
Because Vivian
Yes.
never comes back out the house. I guess Vivian's still trying to get through the door. But I just thought about that. But I appreciated this movie. The first dead thing we see is a little girl. Beautiful. A little
A
white
little
girl.
white blonde girl.
The
Yeah.
way, like, because Anna, like, throws her off of her, and the way Vivian
Yep.
jumps up and starts, like, and this is also a change from what we're used to, because we're used to slow crawling zombie, like,
Yeah, like
creeping
very
crawling
dumb.
zombies.
Yeah.
We're not used to fast as fuck zombies.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
there's another level of danger, because
Yeah.
we can't just outrun them.
No, in fact, they look like they run faster than they would before.
Yes, her
Yes.
'Cause her
husband,
husband was, yes.
he was a track star.
And she lucky that random other lady was outside on the lawn. Because he would have caught up
Yes.
with her.
Hard left turn.
Which I also appreciate because it really shows that these people are not committed to killing you. They just are killing machines. They
Yes.
just
Yes.
blood. And I was just wanting to say, like, with this little girl, like, first off, I remember like all of the trailers and TV spots had that little jump in it, like
Yeah.
all of them, and so I remember in school there were kids who were just like, you just have that little girl be in the movie, she'd be like, ooh, because like everybody was like, that's probably why people went to see this movie, because it's that one shot of a little girl jumping on her feet is something that they've never done in a horror film before or since. There's there's something exciting about seeing it, and the fact that this little girl had to sit in a chair and get the prosthetics.
Oh,
I know she had fun.
I love it.
She had fun.
I what I love is that there aren't a bunch of random jump scares for the sake of jump scares
Mhm.
in this movie. Like
Hardly any.
every time you're in danger, it is you feel like yes, my life is in danger
Yes.
or you better run. I appreciate that. I hate jump scares so much for no sense. Like jump scares that don't go anywhere. Like I hate it. It's very annoying to me.
I mean, yeah, this film, anytime they have a jump scare, it is an actual thing. Like the carjacking was a jump scare.
Yeah.
The zombie jumping down on him was a jump scare.
Yeah.
With no legs, that zombie. One of the
The
only jump
amputee.
Yeah, what was one of the jump scares that didn't like go in? There's a woman who bangs on her window at the beginning, but even then, that's actually kind of real because it's like I'm not expecting nobody to be banging on my window. She should have let
Yeah.
that lady in the car. She didn't
She's
know.
like, help.
No. But I love that's so realistic, bitch. I don't know you. Go
Right.
see what's going on? Get in your car. I don't know you, girl.
My
I don't
husband just
trust you.
tried to eat me.
Yeah.
Right.
Respectfully, no.
Who are you? Can you please help me? Who are you? No. Because Vivian just messed us all up. I'm not like, I don't even care if you a kid. Vivian, ain't nobody safe. And so she asked what was going on, and the neighbor was like, get back. That's why he got ran over by that ambulance. Which wasn't a jump scene, by the way. Which was they didn't lean into the jumps
Nope.
aspect
No.
of it. They allowed it to be a slow. You see
The way his body bent, I was like, oh, that was crazy.
That's what he get though. What you standing outside for holding guns at people? Get
And
in your
just
house, get
saying,
in your
Yeah.
stay
car.
away. Why?
I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
talking
why
to
are we
you.
panicking like
Like,
in the middle of the open where anyone can attack you from any side? See, no survival skills.
No.
Like, and also the lady that the husband goes after, she looks like she's just on her lawn vacuuming, like Karen, like what's going on out here?
he was just
Like,
trying to see what was going on. See, it's so funny how Anna had the ability to know getting out of this house is not enough. I need my keys. And they
mm-hmm.
actually show a close up of her grabbing her keys
Right.
before he even throws he throws the nightstand. And it's like, yeah, always remember that if you're running away from something inside, no matter if it's realistic or not, always get your keys or get some is if you have something get out and get away. Then in fact,
Yeah.
it's actually the lesson they always teach you. Like if there's a shooter, get in your car and drive as far as possible away from it and then call the police.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
a thing of do not stand around trying to see what's going on. Who cares? Get out. And
Right.
she knew that because she a nurse. She was
Right. And
nurse.
if you're in New Orleans and you want fried chicken and you see people running and somebody shooting, you run. You don't look around and try to go get fried chicken.
Well, what's this a reference to?
An actual event, not that I did. A friend of ours was real drunk and she wanted fried chicken, and Danielle had to drag her into the hotel room.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm drunk and it's New Orleans. Crazy stuff is always happening, and the chicken is bomb.
I'm not dying for no fucking chicken.
The chicken is bomb. Now, but I mean, speaking of chicken, did anybody notice in this movie that they had a KFC bucket on the table?
No.
No.
So you know that scene where they all having a dinner acting like ain't nothing crazy going on and they sitting around
Yeah.
enjoying themselves. They're eating KFC, but because the movie takes place in Canada, they made a mistake and they showed the other side because everything in Canada has French and English on it. So they showed the French side of the KFC on the table. I was like, but they eat KFC, and I'm thinking to myself like, "Ooh, KFC got a freezer inside the mall. They must have turned on the fryers and poured the oil and shit." And then they was like, "You know what? We should put it inside the bucket so we can really feel like instead of just eating it." No, they were like, "Let's make it feel like we really did something."
They
Yeah,
must have did a sponsorship for sure.
there's just something about, but I mean, there's just something about crisis where chicken helps.
It facts. I 100% agree.
After the crisis has been averted, though, not during said crisis.
Notice that the lights went out when they started eating that chicken, though. So
The fryers took too much energy.
because they got Jane Eastwood's character talk about some. Does this place have generators? You ain't think to ask that before. Y'all just thought y'all was gonna have power forever.
Right. I was surprised they had power for as long as they did.
Well, I mean, I think that might happen because somebody probably forget to turn it off. Because
Yeah.
at this point, the power people ran away too.
Yeah.
So, and you ain't got to pay for it anymore. But I do think it's interesting that in these movies, and I think it's realistic, but there's just something about sometimes what is beautiful about this film is these bitches forget they out there.
Yeah.
They're out there and they're a danger because they're having fun shooting them and Jay Leno zombies and shit. Like you shooting them and all of that. The amount of zombies in this movie is so disturbing when you actually look at, they show that one shot where you actually get to see how many come there. I'm like, y'all gonna die. Y'all gonna run. Y'all gonna, like, there's no way y'all can stay in here.
We're wasting bullets. Eventually, you're going to run out of food.
Right.
Eventually, the power is going to be turned off. So, as much as you want to like hang out and kiki and bang the blonde lady, like eventually, you're all going to start turning on each other if you don't
Right.
have an escape plan. And it's hard to create an escape plan because you don't know what the fucking world looks like.
Yeah. And escape to what though?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
It's
so
It's Milwaukee.
Right.
They're landlocked basically. So they're
Right.
thinking about some little lake, but you can't go nowhere. There's
Yeah.
nowhere to go.
So we talked about everything that happened with Anna. She crashes her car, and then she immediately, like, she wakes up and then she meets Kenneth, Sergeant Kenneth. And like not too long after, and she just like starts following him. She's not like questioning anything at this
Well,
point.
public servant to public servant, like, okay, like, I know I'm good at my job. Hope you're good at your job.
Right.
Let's go.
And then they immediately run into Mekhi Phifer, the character Andre, his Russian girlfriend, who's Luda, I think,
Luda.
and then Michael. And they're already telling them, like, if you go down this way, it's too late. That's where we're coming from. They were in a group of 8. They're now 3. And so they decide to go to the mall. So they're heading to the mall, hoping for some refuge. There's 2 guns because Andre has a gun, and so does Sergeant Kenneth. And I think Michael has a crowbar? Question mark?
He does. He has a crop, and Luda don't got nothing at all. She don't
Not
help
nothing
nobody,
but
not a
that
damn time.
baby.
She don't help nobody this whole movie.
She really doesn't.
The first
Yeah.
thing she do when they get in the mall though is she gets some water. I was like, she real. That's real.
She's pregnant. She
She
don't
went
need to
straight to
do.
that water fountain. She said, I want some water. And y'all do what y'all gotta do.
Well,
Screaming.
she's
Like,
pregnant. I just feel
right.
like she don't have to do anything.
She
She's
shouldn't
carrying
do
a
nothing.
baby.
But she said, I don't know how she made it out of that group of 8, but I'm very happy she did.
Yeah. Well, her man had her back. And not too much though, because she got bit.
Mm-hmm.
Why we splitting up? They go
Right.
straight up in. That's one of the. So as soon as they get into the mall, they're like, let's split up and find out if the mall is safe by going by ourselves, so we can all be in more danger.
Right.
And they leave Ving Rhames, the police officer, with a gun, with the 2 women, instead of just touring them all together.
Right.
Yeah, like let's clear these stores one by one, or at least put the roll cages down, because zombies aren't smart enough. If we lock them, like, they're not gonna roll up the roll cages.
But I just really don't think that they're even at this point, they're not putting two in, like none of them ever say zombies. So it's like
No.
they're not thinking with these rules in
Mhm.
place. But horror movie rules tells you you should never split up and you should never say I'll be right back. Like,
Well, I think just common sense tells you if there's something crazy going on and it's taking over the entire world overnight, then I cannot protect myself in one mall by myself.
Yeah.
right.
So maybe we should just, because you could get guns on 2 angles to like help you out. You got the crowbar man that can help, and then you also have Luda to scream, so we know that the zombie coming in from that direction, because she the lookout. That's all. That's what she was. She was the lookout. She screamed. It didn't
We
help
just
her.
need eyes in every direction to be like there, and then
I feel like they didn't do enough booby traps, or like they eventually were blowing up the zombies with the gasoline, but like I felt like while they were on the rooftop, this was a great way for them to figure out how can we kill some of these in
Mhm.
large factions. Like how can we clear the way? They were just like playing around,
No, they just
having
let them.
fun.
They let them pile up to the point where like now it's even more difficult to get out when
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
They
I
should
would
have
have
been like,
been, this is my survival instinct. I would have been taking different chemicals that I found around the mall, like dropping some blood in and having the zombies eat it. Like, does that kill them? No. Okay.
right.
What's next? Like, trying to do something to see if I can figure out something that is going to kill these fuckers other than decapitating them or shooting them in the head.
Right. Honestly, if they had figured out the sewer line system, that would have been a
Mm,
great place to like drop them in and lock them,
yeah.
because they can't if you got them. Anywho, we're getting off track. But so this group 7, yeah, I can count. No, that's not how many there were. How many of them were there at this point?
5. And then
5.
the security guards show up.
Yes, 5. And then that makes 8 because there's 3 security guards. And the security guards, they end up finding, because on the first floor, they get attacked by zombies. And so they take the elevator. Once they get to the next floor, they're like, fuck no. They have two guns. And Anna is like begging them, like, hey, like, we need help. You should help us. Somehow they're able to convince them, but these guys are like, nah, yeah, you're gonna do what we say, how we say it, and everything. And I don't think CJ was that wrong completely. He was an asshole about how he did it, but I get it. Like, I don't know you guys, and this is our safe place.
Yeah. And like we have these rules in place to stay alive.
Yeah.
I understood it. I mean, I understood it to a point. I mean, he was annoying. I mean, like, please, we're all in the same situation here. But when you turn on people, they will turn on you. And that's kind of what's nice about the film is it shows that, like, yeah, we about to lock y'all up now.
Yeah.
You and the dude from Airbud and the other one. Yeah. Because wait, hold up. So, fun fact, before we even get there, I just think about Kevin Zegers is in the film, right? And he's the one from Airbud. He's the one security guard, and he ends up getting in a relationship with the dog lover.
Nicole.
And yeah, they were in Wrong Turn together.
Oh.
They were basically replaying the same parts in Wrong Turn. So maybe they lived, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know I think that like it makes sense to actually, you know what? No, it don't. You ain't about to lock me up inside no fake bedroom set and not give me no bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
You see this woman is pregnant. You see this woman ain't got no shoes. You see a police officer who's helpless, and you see this black guy, and then you see this white man. He ain't got nothing but a damn crowbar. Ain't nobody about to do nothing to y'all. Help us.
Yeah, he was doing too much, taking a book from the Kiki Palmer handbook.
Right.
Doing a
Would
whole
have
lot.
been great in this film, though.
Yeah.
It would have been. Oh wow, they needed a black woman in this movie.
Yes.
They only had
who they
one black
needed?
woman in this whole movie, and she
They
was the nurse at the
needed
beginning.
the security guard from Urban Legend.
Ooh, Loretta Devine's character,
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
She would have been great. She would have got shot. That's what happened. That's what happened to Loretta Devine. She got shot, but she still helped save the day.
Yes. That's who we
they
needed.
somebody like that. They needed her. They needed Geraldine from Demon Knight. Would have been absolutely wonderful.
A white tank top and a will to live.
Yeah.
Right. With a blonde shortcut. Yeah, they needed somebody like that. It just would have been really interesting to see a black woman in this situation because she ain't gonna listen to none of them.
No, she gonna run that eventually.
Yeah, it would have been great. But yes, I love this film's the way they keep twisting the power dynamics throughout.
Yes, because we start to see Michael coming up with ideas and thinking of stuff and putting up questions to his group, but then also putting questions to CJ where he's like, well, I'm sure you've put a sign up on this, like now he's manipulating to you are the leader. You are the big man on campus. I'm sure you've done this. So he's doing all that stuff. And Kenneth is just like single-minded thinking right now because all he's thinking about is getting to a facility because he's like, my brother's there, my brother's waiting for me. So he really doesn't give a shit about trying to take leadership or anything like that. While you've got Andre who's like, Michael, what the fuck what's your job outside of this? You sell TVs and now you're trying to tell us how we supposed to be running this and that we're going to take over.
Yeah, rather listen than someone who steals.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny to watch a movie like that where you see two black men playing on the idea of crime and class and all of that. But like,
yes,
I think it's interesting to watch the fact that Kenneth does not give a damn whatsoever about having power. He doesn't care about being in like I'm going to full pasture. That's where my brother's there. Fuck y'all. Like we didn't get to the fuck y'all line, but like that's how he was thinking the entire time. I really don't give a damn. I'll help y'all as far as I can.
They're a means to an end for him. They're just he'll tag along with them as long as they're helpful, but at the first sight of like, okay, they're no longer of use to me, deuces, I'm out.
Yeah.
So we also see, this is where we get the down with the sickness lounge version, and we see a montage of how they're spending their time in the mall. And so it's like Andre's preparing for his baby's
Demon
birth
baby.
by tying his woman up. We see Michael and Anna bonding. We see Phil Dunphy banging Monica.
And that's after, because
Oh,
we haven't met the other group that comes yet.
oh, that's right. Yes.
Because Norma
So
rolled
there
up
has
to
to be a
the truck.
power shift first. The guys end up jumping the mall cops, CJ and crew. Which, by the way, can y'all remind me what happens to the other guy? Does he get killed too in the zombie baby deliverance?
Which
Because
one?
I don't.
The security guard?
Yeah.
Oh no, he gets killed when they go down into when the generators go off. He goes down and he gets killed by the legless zombie.
Yes.
And he was, I forgot he was in the movie the whole time I see him. The only time I remember he was in the movie was when he was on the camera, like when you see him, quite literally. He was just there to add a body count. But yeah, he dies in the most useless way ever because that's what he is. And the power dynamic shifts, and then they drive in, and Norma is running over the zombies. Period. Like,
Yes.
I love Norma.
one of
Yes.
the best characters in film history. To be frankly honest with you, we need to give more older women roles like that,
Yes.
Yes.
where she don't give a damn. She's like, I heard them I heard them. I went and picked them up from the church.
She
He
has
plays the organ.
information.
Yeah,
She's ready to, like, she's ride or die. She's ready to mow down some zombies. She's gonna
smoke the whole
collect who
time.
she can collect.
Yeah,
Like, she doesn't give a damn.
And I
smoke
love that,
the
like,
whole time.
Kenneth gives her props. Like, they're spending time, like, oh, and you picked them up, and she's like, ain't no thing, ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Like.
He says, "You mind if you cannot?" She's like, "I'm not using it, officer. You can have that damn truck. I don't give a damn. Have it." And he's like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna go to my brother." He says, "I don't think you want to go there though, because we just came from there,
Mhm.
and everybody was dead, and they started eating each other." He said, "Well, fuck y'all. I'm gonna go anyway." Until he went up on the roof and he found Mr. Man with the gun. Cross.
Andy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Andy.
He was like, "They they ain't coming for us no more. So I might as well become friends with these people."
Yeah.
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 And we are introduced to Steve, who is the new asshole to replace CJ, essentially. I mean, CJ's still alive, but now we're seeing, it's so weird to see Ty
It's
Burrell as
so weird.
such an asshole after Phil Dunphy's sweetest man ever. But apparently he auditioned for the role of Michael the same day Weber auditioned for Steve, and describing his character as totally nihilistic jerk. Burrell found his role to be appropriate for him because he was too flawed and too scared of a person to effectively portray the ideal leading man required of Weber's role. So they both were going for each other's roles, and they actually got cast, which I I think I could have seen him. I could have seen both of them either way, because Jake Weber, I
Yeah.
think, could play a really fun asshole too. But it works either way for me.
Yeah.
There's something about like they played into like the idea of what people look like, though. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
there's an angular look to Ty, and then if there's a rounded softness. Sometimes like really, it's very strange. But as an actor, sometimes just naturally how you look can already like
Shape people's
shape how
perception.
people's perception of how they see you, especially in stories like this, where everyone is so there's a complexity to it, but everybody is playing essentially an archetype in this film. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone is an archetype in this film. You got the black guy that everybody thinks is a gangbanger that has to get along with the black guy that is a cop, and don't nobody trust the cops, but at the same time, he a black cop, so maybe he a little safer. And then you have the Russian mail order bride, pregnant lady that don't offer nothing at all, but at the same time, she's there, so run, girl. And then you have like the British, very like gentle, sweet man who's like the kind soul. Like there's this somebody there who's actually the most smart one there that is really meant to help you. And then there's the nurse who is just straight up like, I listen, I lost everything I have in such a fast way, like that I don't really care anymore. And I'm just here to essentially, I don't even think she worries about herself in this film. She's
Mm-mm.
about
No.
protecting everybody else. There's a
Yeah.
sense of like a
She's the
duty that she takes
caretaker.
on. Yeah. And
She's
yeah, and there's something really beautiful about that. And then you have a character like Monica who is here to be blonde and die. And
Get
wonderful.
a chainsaw to the shoulder for no goddamn reason.
When I
We just had to get rid
saw
of her.
like this random tits, I was like, what's happening right now? Like, who is this? I
And
didn't
it's not,
realize it was her.
and you know it's not the actress's tit either, because you know if you don't show your face in the shot
Mhm.
with the nudity, it ain't you. It ain't
Facts.
her. It was just some random person's titty. But it was nice to like have her have a line or two, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck me harder, Steve. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Chips, fuck me harder, Steve. Steve likes to put it in his booze. You got to drive faster, man. And maybe like two other lines that were even more insignificant than that. That's all she
But
said
I
in the
mean, she
whole
got a
movie.
paycheck because she had
She
some
had some
lines.
Yeah,
lines.
she had some lines and she was there. And that's all she needed to do in this
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
Like, she gave Norma a cigarette that she was already smoking.
And when they come in, so like we have Norma, we have Monica, we've met Steve, we have Nicole who has this adopted dog, and she's with her father, Frank. They then put two and two together to realize that being bit is what's one of the ways that you're getting contracting the zombie disease. And so as Anna is assessing everybody who is injured, she realizes that Frank has been bitten. There's also a woman that looks comatose already. I'm like, y'all don't see this bitch is really dead. And Anna really doesn't try to do anything to really help her anyways.
She's like,
She's
I
just
ain't got the
like,
equipment. She's like, girl, this ain't the hospital. Her name in the film is Bloated Woman.
She does look very like bloated and her skin looks like she is turning essentially. And Anna's like, I've never seen somebody who is showing signs of like having a virus, but like there's zero fever. She actually feels cold. And is it Terry? Terry's with her and they're assessing her and this bitch dies on on the bed and then rises back up and Anna is with the quickness with a what is that? A cast iron thing that you use
It's
for
a
the
fire. It's
chimney,
a
a
fire poker.
fire
Yeah,
poker,
yeah.
straight through the brain, which I was like, that's got to take a lot of force for that to happen, but I'll go with it. That's fine.
Anna's trained. But I think like I always remember. First off, I just want to say before this movie came out on the Universal Studios website when they were promoting this film, they incorrectly called say they had a shot of the bloated woman, like they had the
Hmm.
pictures. Why they put Jane Eastwood's name there? Jane Eastwood
oh
played
no.
Norma. I would have been mad as hell if I was Jane Eastwood because that woman, the bloated woman, is played by a man. That is Yes,
Oh,
that is a man that they put a wig on because there's something so grotesque about the imagery that they wanted to show with this. Because mind you, this is the first like really up close like grotesque zombie that you see in the film. Like
yeah.
it's not from afar. You get to see this woman up close, and it's actually really terrifying when she jumps up. The sounds she makes are frightening. The way she dies when she died like a real person dies.
Yes.
Yes.
Took a breath and die with an eye open. It's real. That's actually how she dies. And then there's the other character, Tucker, who's there, who looked like some hick that they found from a trailer park. And he's a wonderful character because he's like, I was never bit. He's injured on his leg. Tucker don't have no purpose in this movie other than to just give a little line every once in a while. That's hilarious.
He's very active in the celebrity zombie shooting scene. It's
Yes.
his big moment.
Yeah, we never got to see the Rosie O'Donnell zombie. Like,
We
nope, they
did.
never cast one to be Rosie. Um, we did get to see Jay Leno, and we got to see who else?
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so bloated woman also, so is the old man who has a thing for high heels,
Oh,
was he
Glenn.
with her?
No.
no.
Well, they never really say. So what happens is they put her in the wheelbarrow. So they all were in the church. Glenn worked as the church at the church. He played the organ.
Ah,
All of them somehow got to the church and hid in there. And when they bring her in on the wheelbarrow, he's holding her hand. But they never say like he's with her. No one knew her name. She didn't have a name because Anna said, "Did anybody know her name?" And everybody's like, "No." And then Tucker says, "Die without a name."
Yeah.
Tucker.
And then the dilemma becomes now that Anna has realized that Frank is bit, she goes to the rest of the guys. She says to Michael, like, he's bit. And so I think she's essentially saying that maybe we should quarantine him because this is in her mind, she still thinks it's a theory. She thinks it's absolutely crazy that you should kill him. But Michael's like, we have to protect ourselves, and we have seen that that's how people are getting infected. We have to kill him. And I love that this conversation is had knowing what happens to Michael later on.
Yeah. Yeah. So like they realize through the bloated woman that it's a bite.
Yeah.
And then and so then they put them in the room and the man looked like he turning right in front of their very eyes.
Yes.
And here come Nicole's annoying ass.
She's so fucking annoying.
No,
And Terry's
Daddy.
annoying too, watching her on the video screen where she's at. I'm like, stalker much, Terry?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no. And he says, you have to understand. She's lost to everyone. Her mother, her two brothers. We don't give a damn.
Everybody's lost. Everybody. Give me a
Everybody.
fucking break.
Oh, she's special because she already had you. Girl, move. Like, let's just wait and see what happens with him. But she's like, no, no, not my dad. Girl.
Go find chips.
Yeah, because
Be gone.
I mean, I guess she was lucky. She got more than anybody in this movie for to be the main one complaining. She got a man, a dog, and her daddy for at least part of the movie. Everybody else
Yeah.
is lonely and abused, and she's sitting here talking about some. Well, she
Right. Just
Poor
doing
Andre has a zombie baby and a zombie
Jeez.
baby mama.
it's the fact that Michael's like, my kids is dead.
Yeah.
Yes. Because they go when they're having their dinner, they go around the table asking like what jobs they used to do, what they were good at. And Michael's like, I was never good at being a husband, but I was good at being a father. And everyone just is very sad. Like nobody asks any questions because it's just understood. Your kids are dead. Like, what else is there
Yeah.
to say?
And this whole time, he's probably the most peaceful, respectful person in this film.
Yeah.
And yet he has had one of the greatest losses and never communicates that. And that's one of the most beautiful things about this film, if you actually really think about it, because it's saying that like when you're in these times, you have to adapt. They became family to each other.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so the idea that like everyone suffered a tremendous loss, and yet he is the only one that doesn't get bogged down by his loss and burden other people with it at some point. Him and Anna really don't ever communicate to people, because Anna's like, my man just tried to kill me and I ain't even tell y'all. Meanwhile, Kenneth is like, I need to go see my brother. Don't nobody give a damn. Go on, leave.
Yeah. Very quiet despair for these two. And it's funny, like when Anna and Michael finally like hook up, it feels random, but it also feels very natural at the same time because you're like, wait a minute, when did this start happening?
But it's also a trauma bond. Like you're in this together. You've lost so much that you kind of grasp someone that has had a similar experience to you.
Yeah. But honestly, who else was Anna going to pick besides Michael?
Yeah.
They was the only decent people left. And white people gotta be white people in movies. So, you see what happens when you interracial.
Right. You get zombie babies.
Right. So like, I think that's part of it. And then also just like what is it like? Something about this film is hilarious to me, that like these characters are in this situation. Anna and they get together. Kenneth starts a relationship with Andy across the street. They have a romance too, to be honest with you. That's his man. I don't care what anybody says. That man
They're
becomes
playing
You're right.
chess.
like if he just lived and got into that damn mall or got on that damn those shuttles at the end, Kenneth and Andy would have lived happily ever after until they got on that island. And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
Even
you know,
when they were on when he was dying and he's still like that's love when you're not even telling them that you're dead. You're gonna be okay, baby. It's
Yeah.
okay.
that man,
Is this
they was in
Kenneth I'm
love.
talking to?
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah, they was in love. You know, that's a love scene in this movie.
And
That
he tries to make a love message, his last message where he's zombified and he's still trying to write his boo like that.
Mhm.
right. And he was really trying to do a heart, but his hand hurt too much.
Oh,
It was red. He was trying to, he wasn't writing
It's
words.
true.
He wasn't writing words.
He was professing his love for Kenneth.
And
yeah.
unfortunately, he didn't kill whatever her name is. Lindy Booth.
Nicole.
That's the actual. Yeah, unfortunately, Andy didn't get the least important character in the film.
Yeah.
More unimportant than Monica. Monica served a purpose.
But
Because if Monica wasn't in the film, we would have never known. Monica was important in the film. It's like because what kind of how good would the film have been if we didn't have a blonde white woman that just got helped the whole time, like a woman in peril,
We need a gratuitous titty shot. So
and we need a gratuitous death that has nothing to do with zombies.
yes.
yes.
Plus, they just had to get rid of them two characters because they didn't really do nothing the whole movie anyway. They had to get rid of Glenn. They had to get rid of this old white man and this blonde young white woman. So what better way than to kill them together?
Which
Well,
was
Why would an
such
old
a
man hold his- why?
non-issue because at the end they like once they get on the boat,
nobody's living.
they're all dead anyway.
Right.
But Glenn telling the story about I knew I was gay at 15. And those two guys are in their little prison cell or whatever, and they're like, oh, wait, what's happening right now?
Right.
And he like does not stop telling the story, and they're like, we really don't want to know this. And they
we
put
don't care. And it
we
don't
don't.
matter. But like Glenn was the one trying on the high heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn just needed to tell his truth to someone because he's been a sad little organ player in the church for his entire life. And now he can wear all the heels he wants
Yeah.
and proclaim his love of men to the world.
With no
Right. Now,
judgment.
I don't know who let him have the chainsaw.
Yeah, I just feel like the chainsaw situation should have been like something that was on the side of the bus that it was like you had strapped in. So like it's cutting through people. Having a chainsaw in a crowded bus when
Yeah.
people are driving crazy does not make sense to me.
And we ain't got no seatbelts or nothing. Like we
Right.
standing, we're holding on.
And Michael was so proud. He
Yeah.
was like, come here, Anna, look what I did. See this
He
slide?
never used it. They gave it to two people.
Yeah.
They gave it to whatever his name, Ty Burrell. And he didn't care to help nobody no way. Once that's the one time he defended them. And once all that blood got on him, he said, I don't want no parts of this no more. I'm sorry. Like I can't do it. And then Glenn
When
I kind of understood why he almost wanted to ditch them. Because
yeah.
he's like, what is up with y'all? And it's his boat that they're going to anyway.
Yeah.
When the accident happened and Kenneth was on the ground and he like reached his hand to Steve and Steve was like, I'm out this bitch. I'm not helping you up. I'm gone.
That's what he get for saying fuck y'all though.
Yeah. Anna finally getting to shoot him right in the head.
Oh, you can count on it, is what she said. And it was beautiful. I love when they have a little callback scene.
When Nicole does like what gets them into this predicament, why they have to leave the mall so quickly, like I would have just left. Like
Yeah.
she just gonna have to be over there because what the fuck?
You chose your choice.
Right. Like why did everybody feel it necessary that they had to go save this girl?
Because they still needed to go over there and get the guns anyway.
Yeah, but they
And that-
didn't.
and and unfortunately, I think part of it is, I mean, yes, they went over there to help her, but I think part of it is this like, bitch, you actually kind of got us fucked up right now, and you took our truck.
Yes.
And so we have to go over there because, and I mean, to be fair, I don't think they care if they went over there and she was dead. It's really like we got to go over there, get the guns. We want to at least try to get our truck back, even though we're not gonna get it back. And it's time to go. Now, Nicole, you could come with us, I guess. If actually, you know what? I'll be like, just shoot Nicole real quick. Right before
Yeah.
she
I was an
turned.
accident. It was an
She was a
accident.
zombie. I didn't know. I was scared. She jumped out at me.
Yeah.
So
I,
I don't understand why. Like, I get towards the end. What was homeboy on the other roof's name?
And
Andy.
Andy. Like, I feel like with all of the resources in the mall, they could have found rope or something where they could have like thrown it over, tied it up. He could have like sent all the guns and climbed the rope because he looked like he was fit until he didn't have food.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I still think there was a better way. And definitely better way to secure the dog getting in. Like you
yeah,
didn't think that the zombies were gonna climb in the dog hole.
yeah.
well, you know what they could have done was just took the truck over there in the
Or
same way
like,
that she did.
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna like whistle when we have cleared the area of zombies because we've shot them all so that you can let the dog in safely and
Right.
then shut the door. So the
So
planning
many
was not
different things.
great.
Yeah. Not
And
and
the hell of a shot. We need
I
him.
I love Kenneth's like response. It's almost like, oh damn. Like
They got
Oh,
they got Andy.
they got Andy, damn.
and
So
of
now
course, she don't care about Andy. She care about that damn dog that ain't her dog that doesn't listen to her
Chips.
ever in the entire film because his name is not Chips. You just renamed this damn dog. It don't say shit about his name being Chips. You just made that up.
And that is the dumbest name for a dog. Sorry if anyone's dog's name is
dog's name is
Chips,
Chips.
but like dumb, dumb, dumb.
I would think Chips Ahoy would be cute.
Maybe that's what it was. Because why is it plural for no
I don't
goddamn
I
reason?
don't know.
See,
So we've got Nicole. We have to go back through the sewer. Now Steve has stayed back at the mall, and his one job is to open the fucking door. He does not. It's actually Anna who opens the door, and they're like, "We've got to go." So they get into the two buses because they found that there's two buses down in the garage, and they have makeshifted it out to be able to take it out to the marina to where Steve's boat is, and they think they can go to an island and it'll be safe. So now they're split into two groups into the two buses, and they're heading out. And this is what you were saying, Amar, that like we see now the vast amount of zombies that really are there that we really as viewers don't get an idea until the scene, and it is insane and very scary to the point where the zombies are like trying to overturn the buses. And
Mhm.
so this is when CJ has to like climb to the top and get this makeshift bomb ready with the gas and shoot at it. Which I'm also surprised when that happens that the bus doesn't get
blow up.
really yeah, it doesn't blow up. Like that was
Well, listen, it was because of Monica that they were safe. Like, there's nothing to explain with that. Why did that happen? Because they needed to get to chainsaw death. So they need some of them to live.
yeah.
And they need some of them to die. Now they blow it up and they drives through. It does look like one of them just completely eviscerates, even though it drives through. Anyway, I think my favorite part of all of this is they gave Monica a gun, first of all. Did you notice they gave Monica a gun and she's shooting at nothing? Like, why? No, girl, you can't have one. I don't know when they gave her the gun because they went and got the guns right before. Then they run in. Oh, by the way, Tucker falls in and breaks his legs. They give him two guns and then they just let the zombies have them. And Tucker's like, shoot me, bitch. Like, I mean, I don't like, please. So
Yeah.
Right.
Tucker dies trying to save Nicole. Nicole lived too long.
Yes.
She did.
She made it throughout the whole fucking movie pretty much. We don't know what happens on the island, but we have to assume
She
she
should have
dies.
gotten the chainsaw to the arm. Let
That would have
justice
been
for Monica.
that would have been a beautiful. Wouldn't it be great if
Yes, we would
Monica
feel
just made it
so
to the end
good.
for no reason? Like this white girl that don't say nothing kind of lives to the end. That would have been great.
And then they
Yeah.
just show her on Steve's boat, like in a bikini, just living her best life.
Was that her?
No, it wasn't Monica. It was another blonde lady, but it would have made sense if Monica was just yacht girl and
Yeah,
Well,
true.
because I think the thing is, I don't think Monica had anything to do with Steve. I think Monica just was in the church.
yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
know who in the hell is Monica.
right.
I really I love when you have a character like this because you kind of make up your own story. Like, how the hell did you get into the church with all these other people? And she's kind of brain dead the whole movie, which is kind of
Yeah.
great. It's like I could not stand that truck much longer. Girl, there's zombies.
Right.
And she lasts the entire movie with a whole face of makeup.
Yeah.
Yes, she did. And
She was
she
visiting the
yeah,
Clinique counter at Macy's.
Yeah.
did you notice Monica wore the same outfit the whole movie except for that time she was in the lingerie? Monica
Did
doesn't take
not.
her clothes.
Does she bathe?
In the fountain.
They just
Do
didn't feel
any
like
of the
they said,
bathe?
no, baby, we got a 20-something million dollar budget on this movie. We not wasting none of it on no Monica clothes. We don't
Mm.
care, girl.
I
But
just
Nicole had
realized.
like a juicy couture outfit.
Yeah.
Which should have been cut up with a chainsaw. I mean, let me she is you have to kind of have a character like her though. Because she helps move the plot along. But
Yeah.
it's just interesting how like there's always a character that everybody who watches the film hates. Like it's like
Yeah.
no one likes Nicole.
But you know what I find sometimes? It's usually the lead that ends up doing some of the stupid shit. Like I was really happy that these decisions weren't Anna
Hmm.
doing stuff like this. Because
No, no.
I feel like in other movies I've seen that happen where I'm
Down
like, I
to
hate
like
the main character.
Anna always had her hair up. She stayed ready.
Yeah.
Like the other girls, hair down in their face, not ready for a fight, but not Anna. Hair up, locked and loaded, ready to go.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
yeah.
Anna, well, the thing about Anna is too, she never thinks up the ideas, but she affirms the right ideas. That's
Yes.
something I
Yes.
noticed about her. She doesn't necessarily say this is what we should do. She knows when to step back. She knows when to step up. Some of these other characters, they don't know what to do. You know who they really could have used? To forget Andy. We needed Norma. They needed
Yeah.
Norma at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
Norma
True.
would have saved them on that island.
Well, they end up having to consolidate the buses because the chainsaw massacre of it all. CJ, they realize Steve is gone out of the bus, and then this is when Anna is able to shoot him because he has been zombified. But Anna turns back around because she realizes they need his keys. And this one decision that she makes, which was smart, like I wasn't even mad at her for doing it, but it ends up putting them in danger because all of these zombies find them, and Michael trying to save her ends up getting bitten,
Hmm.
which he doesn't reveal right away. They are able to get to the marina, and another sacrifice is made actually by CJ, which gives him kind of like a full circle redemption arc because he went from being the guy who's like, fuck you guys, to now sacrificing himself to save them or give them some time to get on the boat because he gets overtaken by the zombies and he ends up blowing up another gas tank. And so they're able to get on the boat. And this is when Michael lets everyone know and Anna that he has been bitten and he can't join them. And Anna is like, this is the first time we actually see her actually grieve a little bit
Yeah.
or show that like I cannot be losing yet another person. This is insane. And Michael opts to actually shoot himself in the head to not have to, get zombified. And then they're on the boat. And we see Terry with a camcorder that used to be Steve's. So you see titties again, but then you also see what's happening to them through the credits after the movie ends with Terry in this camcorder. and you see them actually make it to the island, and there's nothing good waiting for them.
Yeah,
Mm.
the food has maggots. They find a head in a cooler.
Yeah.
Big Rame says, "Get that camera out my face," and then Chips runs away and doesn't give a damn about any of them.
Mm.
And a whole bunch of zombies come, and then camera drops, and we don't know what happens to any of them. But what we do know is, hopefully, Nicole died.
100%.
Like,
And that is Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
And all of this starts in the credits to the song "People Who Died." The people who died. It's a wonderful song.
All right, let's see if we have any more fun facts that
Well,
we.
I just want to point out the fact
Mhm.
that whatever it takes had a budget of $30 million.
It's
And
hurts my heart.
they did so much with this budget.
Yeah.
Like, what CGI they did use, what practical effects they did use, everything holds up. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing where I was like, ooh, that looks a little dated. Even Bloated Lady, like, I can't.
The makeup artists on this, you have to
Perfection.
give them tip their hats.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they felt very inspired and encouraged from, when you're remaking such a classic, they did an amazing job. And
Yeah, they should have been nominated for an Oscar for this makeup, actually.
yeah,
100%.
And I think it's because up until recently, horror films really didn't always get the respect they deserved, especially like in makeup categories. Like
yeah.
this film had really extensive makeup, and it was by I think his name is
His name,
Leroy.
David Leroy Anderson.
Yeah, David, who won an Oscar for The Nutty Professor, and he's married to Heather Langenkamp. She plays
Oh,
Nancy in the Nightmare on Elm Street. She actually worked on this film. She worked on the production actually to help
yeah.
out this film. So, and you can see her name when, in the credits because they use real blood as the blood that squirts off in the opening and closing credits. But I think like, yes, this is one of those films where it like makes a case of like, should a zombie film get to the Oscars for makeup? Yes, yes. And I guess now recently it's happening more often with stuff like
Yeah.
the substance winning, and like I think Weapons will probably be nominated for makeup, like Sinners, things like that are gonna happen. But this really got snubbed because actually I'm gonna look it up. What was
It's
nominated for makeup that year?
It was The Sea Inside, which I don't even recall what that
Mm,
was. The Passion of the Christ and Lemony
mm,
Snicket won.
mm. Yeah, that's a
The Passion of the
disservice.
Christ was just a gory movie like this. It
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
feels more important.
right.
Like,
right. Well, David Leroy Anderson, he scoured forensic books and crime scene photos for ideas on how to best convey death and decay. And he did it. And just like you were saying with the blood, the production had a blood cart on set all day due to the excessive amounts of fake blood being used.
actually, yeah, part of why it should have been nominated for the Oscar is not just because of how good it is, but because of how much they use. Do you see how extensive the makeup was on all of these background actors?
Yeah.
Like all of them had the makeup, and then you have not just the zombie makeup, but you also, I mean, even like this chainsaw, that's considered a makeup effect.
Yeah.
So like all of these things are like the best parts of the film. This film would die if it did not have this quality of makeup. It works. It lives and thrives on just how grotesque it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it would have gone into that like cheesy horror,
Camp. Yeah.
campy. Yeah.
Yeah. This film,
Um,
no, it feels like crime scene. Like,
Yeah. A lot
yeah.
of the actors who were playing zombies were carrying remotes in their hands to discharge a blood cannon placed on their back that would activate an explosion of blood behind them to simulate the effect of a gunshot to the head. So smart.
brilliant.
Yeah. Instead of having like
A
squibs
squib.
on everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the scene where Anna stitches Kenneth's wounds, the director hired a real nurse for the close-ups. She misunderstood the director's directions to go deeper and inadvertently punctured Ving Rhames' skin and stitched the prosthesis to his arm. He didn't say anything until after the scene was done filming, and the director thought the blood was a really good effect.
Well, my mom is a nurse, and when she watched this film, she said, usually the nurses don't do stitches. And so she was like, how she know how to do that so well, actually? And that's maybe why that nurse didn't know how to do it either. Like,
True.
Yeah, because it's usually the residents. It's scut work, as I learned from Grey's Anatomy.
I was just going to say, on my Grey's Anatomy rewatch, they were practicing their stitches.
Yeah. The two zombies with missing limbs, the jogger missing an arm and the legless zombie in the parking garage, they were both played by actual amputees, which was the same thing that was done for one of the first zombie scene in the original Dawn of the Dead. So, nice homage.
Yeah. And Zack Snyder chose to direct the remake as his first feature film because it gave the television commercial director a reason to care about every shot. We believe you, Zack.
I love that they really had to work hard to find the set for the mall. So, in searching for a suitable upscale mall location for the film, production designer Andrew Nescaramni,
Yes.
Andrew Nescaramni, looked for existing malls that were scheduled for demolition. His search yielded zero results, but then he found the now defunct Thornhill Square shopping mall in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which measured approximately 45,000 square feet and was dubbed the Crossroads Mall. So they completely redid the mall over an 8-week period, adding an expensive water feature near the entrance, 14 stores, parking structures, and warehouses, just so they can destroy it. And they gave the stores fake names.
And one of the stores is named Galen Ross, who is the lead actress of Dawn of the Dead.
Oh,
the original.
Love
Yes.
it.
Like none of the stores are real because they couldn't afford that. But I think it's because this movie has a lot of cameos from the original too. There's several actors that are cameos. There's Ken Foree and there's Scott Glenn and there's Tom Savini actually has a cameo as the makeup artist of the original, and he also played like one of the biker gang in the '78 film, and he's in it. I love that they did that. This is they leaned into. This isn't a real remake. This is a reimagining. There's nothing that is the same. The only thing that has to common is zombies and mall.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it even better because they didn't try to do anything that we've seen before because they did a Night of Living Dead remake in 1990, which was almost at one point like the same story. And then it has a little bit of a change, but it's kind of the same. It's like watching a color version of the original Night of Living Dead. This one is like watching an entirely different film that takes the same location and leans into because I think the original Dawn of the Dead was more of a statement on consumerism. This one's more of a statement on I don't know exactly what would you say
Humanity.
Yeah, humanity, like the idea of the will to survive and like the fight for it, because it's really about like power dynamics and how people shift themselves. Like, what, in a way, it almost is like, what do you have to offer when you're in a space like
What are
this?
as in dating, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, what do you bring to the table? It's real easy. Why did characters like Monica and Glenn die like that? Because they didn't have nothing to do. Glenn, put that chainsaw down, girl. Like, you don't know what you're doing. And
No.
Monica, don't be telling nobody to drive faster. You ain't
Right.
driving.
Oh boy.
George A. Romero had some strong reservations about some of the elements in the film, but he eventually professed to be surprisingly impressed with the outcome. So
That's a huge nod of approval for them, for sure.
Definitely.
He wasn't a hater.
That too.
I'm just referencing because John Carpenter said, "Have you seen The Substance?" He's like, they said, "Did you like it?" She said, "How did you feel about it?" She said, the interviewer, she said, "Oh, I loved it. How did you feel about it?" He said, I hated it, basically. He's like, I wasn't a fan of The Substance, John Carpenter. And he hasn't made a film since
forever,
2010. But it's just funny because I'm like, George Romero's like, it's fine, remake my movie if you want to, just make it good.
Yeah. Well, when the plans were to remake this movie, they were conceived by producer Eric Newman, who was a huge fan of zombie films and cited George A. Romero's horror film as the best in the genre. And with the remake, him and producer Mark Abraham wanted to reinvigorate the zombie genre for modern audiences, as well as make the old fans happy and make a lot of new fans. So I think check, check,
Yeah.
job completed.
Well, and because of that, he hired James Gunn to write the script. And so the studio brought Gunn in despite not wanting to deliver them a single idea for the film beforehand. He was a fan of the original Dawn of the Dead since he was a young boy, and he explained that he took the job because he kind of saw generally what it could be.
Hmm,
Okay.
that's a lot of privilege there,
Yeah.
but
He like, I mean, I guess I'll just see what it is and let me see what I can do.
How many things had he like written
done before
before
that.
this? I'm gonna look it up.
Well, while Jackie's looking it up, Anwar, why don't you remind everybody how they can find you on social?
You can find me at the Anwar Ali on all most of them. TikTok and Instagram. The Anwar.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Threads, Blue Sky at No More Late Fees. Let's dive into present day ratings. Amar, we'll start with you.
Ooh, I'm gonna buy this. You have to buy it. You have to buy it and have it on physical media. You have to have this film.
Jackie.
Same. I opened up my Apple app and opened up my purchased copy from iTunes.
I rented it, but I would like to find a DVD version of it so that, you and Kenneth keep an eye out on your journeys to the Goodwill.
Will do. I'm looking to see if I actually have a copy. We'll find it for you. Ooh, we got
There's a Scream Factory Blu-ray that is a collector's edition that has all of these wonderful special features.
Ooh.
I love
They
it.
do a lot of really good horror films. Usually if they do a horror film, they do some really good special features, especially for films that didn't necessarily get those type of releases when they were released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Like honestly, I would find it to be so much fun to go back and find some of our like niche movies that we cover on the podcast and like do the research and go back and talk to the actors and get some of those old pictures and like make extras for some of these movies because like when we're even looking for some of the stuff there's really not a lot to find for
Yeah.
some of these movies and I just feel like every production had to have some really wonderful nuggets and they deserve to be shared.
Every film has a trivia section, even if it is not on IMDb. Because I
Right.
really want to talk to the actors of Killjoy, because I really need to know what do they think of the film? What did they think of it then? Did they know they were in a piece of shit? Did y'all know? Like, y'all had to have known.
Well, that will be our mission. How
Yeah.
about that? Like to get
Yeah.
them on the podcast and we will bring you back so that you can help us interview them.
Yes, we have to. Because and also, do you think your career was ruined because you was in this? Because you ain't been in shit since. Like, I just want to know. Like,
We're gonna have to approve your questions first.
no, you gotta ask them. Just like you ain't been in shit since Killjoy, and I'm not saying it's because Hollywood didn't want to cast you. I believe you quit, but yeah, you quit. Good for you. But did you quit because of this movie?
Oh boy.
If it's
I'm
the best I can get, I might as well just hang it up right now.
I'm rethinking some stuff right now.
Well, if you were part of the cast of Killjoy and want to be on the podcast, hit us up at our quick drop 909-601-6653. Twat us at the Twitters, hem us at the Threads, Butterfly in the Sky at Blue Sky, and you can be featured on a future episode. And Anwar, it's a pleasure as always. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for being in the 5-Time Club.
Thank you so much. We
Yay.
have to do this again.
We don't have money for a jacket,
We
but
don't.
lots of hugs and kisses.
Of course. Yeah.
And as always, be kind and rewind.